Hey, my name is Patrick Mwesigye. I'm from Uganda. I work with the Uganda Youth and Adolescent Health Forum. I'm a very passionate, vibrant, committed young leader and an advocate and an activist for sexual reproductive health and rights and women and girls' rights. I've been doing a lot of interesting and amazing work around advocacy and promotion of access to sexual reproductive health and rights and family planning services for adolescents and young people in Uganda, but also globally. But very many people keep asking me, why do you do this work? And I just briefly want to share with you my story. So, I come from a family of five, three girls and two boys. Our firstborn is a girl. She's about 30 years today. She conceived her first baby when she was 12 years. And you know what happened? By the time she became 18, she had three kids. And it completely affected her because she had to drop out of school. She faced lots of stigma. At some point, she was forced into marriage, even when she was still a young girl. And it really affected her. I didn't know. I only got to know about all this when I was about 20 years old. And so I kept reflecting and saying, what if she had received information, accurate information on sexuality education and factors that can expose her to risks and factors that can protect her from risk? If she was able to make the right choices by then, would she have gotten pregnant? Or what if she had access to contraceptive services, to contraception? Would she have gotten pregnant at that time? Now, my sister is just a drop in an ocean. There are millions of girls today in the world who are below 18 years, who undergo the same problems, the same challenges. And what happens at the end of the day is that they are robbed of their potential and they cannot freely express themselves. They cannot become venture into the professions that they would have wanted to venture in their future, simply because that little mistake of pregnancy, early pregnancies, teenage pregnancies, child marriages, robbed them of their potential. Today, in my country, in Uganda, the average age of sexual debates for girls is 16.1. For boys, it's about 16.4 years. 16.4 years. Teenage pregnancies in my country has stagnated at 25% for a very long time, for almost 8 years, from 23 to around 25. Actually, recently we've seen a rise. In 2011, we're 24.5. Today, according to the Uganda Demographic Health Survey of 2016, we're at 25. Maternal, you also note that the modern contraceptive preference rates in my country, especially among adolescents 15 to 19, is at about 27%, and from girls between 20 to 24, it's at about 30%. The unmet need for family planning among adolescent girls between 15 to 19% is almost 30%, and for girls who are between 20 to 24 years, it's about 29%. And these are really, really high figures. So what it means is that these girls are sexually active. They do not want to get pregnant, but they are not having access to the contraceptive services. And this exposes them to unwanted pregnancies, which has a very big effect in terms of their future, their quality life. And as a result, they cannot live a dignified life. So this has really pushed me to work at the grassroots level to make sure that adolescents and young people have access to quality sexual reproductive health services and information, including contraceptives. I've been working with my government. I've had spaces to sit with policymakers in my country, from Ministry of Health, from Ministry of Finance, from Ministry of Gender, from the National Population Council. I'm actually happy that as I speak, I've been part of my country's national task force that is working to prepare, to shape commitments that the ministers of finance and health are going to be making in London coming July at the Family Planning Conference. And we have influenced and said that, look, we really have to do things differently. We need an approach that increases access to contraceptive services for young people. We need to break the barriers like age restrictions. We need to ensure availability of services. We need health service providers to be trained to be trained through the adolescent health package to be able to provide quality services. We need quality information on sexuality or on sexual reproductive health and rights being accessible to young people through the national curriculum on health education and schools. So, and also importantly, we have pushed and say that we need to work with young people and theirs. They need to be on the table where the bread is being sliced, but not where the bread is being served only. So this is what really motivates me and pushes me to do the kind of work that I do. And it will indeed be my pleasure to share this kind of experience at the London Family Planning Conference, London Family Planning Summit. Thank you.